Cyberspace, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the cybership Wankpuffin. Its continuing mission, to explore the stratosphere, seek out intelligent life, to boldly go where no puffin has gone before. We find the good ship Wankpuffin and her intrepid crew floating in cyberspace, scanning for intelligent life. On the bridge, Captain Bob is in the chair, Ensign Zippy navigator and Mean Cannon controller sitting alongside Chief Pilot and Head of Security Pufta at the helm, with Lieutenant Barbie at the communications console, monitoring all channels. In the Astrophysics and Applied Sciences lab, Chief Science Officer Trout is programming the quantum computer with a grand equation that could change the way the crew calculate their expenses. In sickbay we find Dr. Brett, who majored in the removal of foreign objects from tight anatomical spaces, trying to extricate a sonic screwdriver from the butthole of Chief Engineer JWP, the accident-prone and perennial hypochondriac who spends more time in sickbay than in engineering attending to the Wankpuffin's engines. As for the rest of the crew, they are spread throughout the Wankpuffin, carrying out their assigned duties, while Hogs cleans his shared cabin after an entertaining session with Pufta before GQ, his cabin mate, returns off shift. All seems quiet when suddenly, a distress call is received on the bridge.
Captain Bob.
Barbie, what's the problem?
Sir, I've picked up a distress call from the planet Libor. They report having problems removing the Grand Flatulent, and are unable to produce a popular, progressive and costed manifesto.
Sounds like a job for us. Zippy, set a course for Libor.
Aye aye sir, course set.
Pufta, engage the discus drive.
Aye aye sir.
During the 3-hour journey to Libor, the bridge crew would take every advantage of the technical upgrades that Captain Bob had ordered. Meanwhile on Libor, Magic Grandad sits in his allotment shed wondering why the people didn't want him to rule, but determined to stay in the position of Grand Flatulent until forcibly removed. Across the metropolis, at executive headquarters, the protagonists vying for the position of Grand Flatulence are meeting to discuss how they can depose Magic Grandad.
I'm okay, Lady N. My father was a tool maker, which makes me a tool. The pros will love that and vote for me if I can get our manifesto costed.
Don't call me Lady N. I need to appeal to those white van driving scum that would never vote for me if they realized that I am titled and so much better than they are. Always address me as Emily.
What about me? Am I invisible or something? I'm presentable on the idiot box when I leave the top buttons on my blouse undone. I'm popular with the followers and I would quietly follow Magic Grandad's manifesto.
All of you can forget it. The Politburo have already chosen me for the position of Grand Flatulent. We just need to get the FFR Sea working so that we can post the manifesto and present this to the followers.
For fuck's sake. When's JWP going to fix that buffer overrun?
After speaking with Libor, Captain Bob selects the crew who will beam down to inspect the FFR Sea.
PTM, you have the bridge. Away team to the transporter room. Ouch, you bugger. Puff to remove your weapon and zip up. I'll put you on a charge if you select the grinder option on the transporter again, when you're standing behind me.
It's not my fault, boss. You know Zippy is always making trouble. He made me switch on the grinder option. Honestly.
This looks like a wreck. What do you think, OT?
Well, Captain, the function is unknown to me. The power is on. There is green slime on that right-hand access panel and a plate that has some print on it. I think the access panel is to do with some ancient cooling system. Perhaps you have to load it with dry ice. The print looks like it indicates Kelvin, Fahrenheit and Celsius. There is other writing under that green slime.
Zippy, see if you can find something and clean that plate on the access hatch. Be careful when you clean that slime. It looks like some form of life but not as we know it. It could be toxic.
Captain. I've cleaned the slime off and the plate says, Kentucky Fried Chicken input port.
Wow, this thing must have some organic converter system that needs to be topped up to run its OS.
Zippy, Puffta, I see there are some fast food chains out on the street. See if one of them is a KFC. Buy a family bucket and let's see if we can get this thing working.
After a short while, Zippy and Puffta return with a family-sized bucket of chicken. Zippy tips the contents into the port. Nothing appears to happen, so Puffta gives a swift kick to the side of the FFR Sea. Then, noises start from within the FFR Sea and the two screens light up as code starts to load.
I think we're getting somewhere, Captain. It looks like it's running.
System ready. Input values for calculation.
Let's try a test. Calculate pi.
Chicken pie 0.75, steak and kidney pie 0.9, beef pie 0.83.
That's not what I asked. It was a scientific calculation. Okay, try this. If Londonistan needs 900 more stormtroopers manning the terminals to monitor for her T-words at 38,000 each per year, then what is the extra budget required?
After 2 hours of calculations, the FFR Sea provides its answer.
11,000.
Captain Bob, this thing is useless. No wonder the place is such a mess if they've been using this for the last 30 years.
I agree, OT. Let's go back to the Wankpuffin and discuss what's to be done. PTM, beam the away team back to the Wankpuffin and meet me in my ready room.
Captain Bob, Phil his trusted second, EOL the ship's counselor and LP the ship's ecumenical advisor, meet in Captain Bob's ready room to discuss the situation on Libor. After less than 5 minutes, everyone agrees there's nothing that can be done. And the kindest thing to do, is put the inhabitants of Libor out of their misery. And for the good of the wider universe as a whole.
Zippy Armor Type 3 meme. Puffta, pull the Wankpuffin back from the planet to a safe distance. Captain to crew, we are pulling back to a safe distance before terminating Libor. Okay Zippy, launch the meme.
Aye aye sir. Beam away Captain, on course without problem.
What the f***? Captain to crew, that's enough fun now. Well done to all. We'll now continue our mission in cyberspace. Make ready and continue your duties. Okay Puffta, let's get underway. Fire up the discus drive.
Aye Captain. Drive firing up in 3, 2, 1.
Later, all the crew mutiny after Al Jr. was assigned to cooking duties after the food replicators failed. Will half the crew return after some well-earned leave while visiting Pornhub? These and other questions will be answered in the next episode of